Glory be to God. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. I want to give praises. I'm just jumping right now and shouting. Just want to give God some praise. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, beloved ancestors, as they are pushing this movement through. I'm telling you, they are the engine that are driving this train. They are the engine that are driving this train, that are pushing. I mean, they pushing me, honey. They pushing. Okay, it's time to go. It's time to sow. It's time to move. I'm telling you, God guides me every day. So I want to give praise because a year ago, when I was in a haunted house surrounded by evil spirits and evil demons, as I watched my oldest daughter go through because of child abuse that she suffered, and I'll tell you, we're going to get to that too. But I spoke over my child because she has, issues. And we been going through with her for years. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I always kept my eyes focused on the prize, and that is God, honey. No matter how I might have slipped up and tripped up, I always kept my eyes focused on the prize, and I prayed over mine. I prayed over my children, and I always prayed over the world, hoping and praying that the world will one day get better. God, no, it just can't be like this. It just can't be all evil. But no, lo and behold, I was going through because God had a plan for me too. God had a breakthrough in the end for me to grow. So as I was growing, I went ahead and spoke over my child. I said, my child is going to be growing too. I said it in the video. You can go and look it up on YouTube. I spoke over my child. I said, not her. She going to be growing. And the rest of the world gonna grow too. So I'm speaking over the world. See, the tongue speaks life and death, but we got to speak life. This is about life. We got to speak life. The tongue speaks life and death. So what are you gonna speak over your life? What are you gonna speak over the world? Are you going to be the change that change the whole world? Are you going to be the difference to lift up, to look up, to rise up, to link up, to lock up, and grow forth in God? Are you the one today that can go ahead and pray the love forward to your brother, to your sister that you see is down? Can you pick them up and lift them up as Dr. King did for us, as he went ahead and used his life for us in his legacy, in his memory? Can you please, I'm asking you and you to get your breakthrough, because as you lift someone, that's actually lifting you. That's actually helping you. Therefore, your cup gonna run it over. What you sow, there you shall reap. Sow a harvest of love to keep, honey. I'm telling you, just keep on sowing on. No matter how you may stumble, no matter how you may fall, no matter how your words may not come out at all, go ahead and think righteous. Go ahead and try to be righteous. Go ahead and get on that path that Dr. King had us on. Before, I'm telling you, he was failed by the oppression. Failed by the oppression that is over this world right now. But we are the ones who right now can make a change. We are the ones who can stand up to be the difference, to make a difference, to be the change that will lift the world, that will move to drive this evil and hate out and make the world great. We got to sow love. Love, not hate, will make the world great. Love drives out hate. I'm tell you something. This is what Dr. King told us. He said, darkness will not drive out darkness. Light will drive out darkness. Use your light in you to drive out darkness. Don't use darkness. Use light. Shine your light and light up the world. Shine your light, honey, and light up the world. Let it light up. Let's light it up another way. Because right now it's lit up the evil way. But we're going to light it up. We're going to shine a light. Just like when we come out and give tribute to someone, we're getting ready to give tribute to God, the one who made it possible, the one who made it all. Because we wouldn't have it if it wasn't for God, honey. And whatever you got, you bought the fall. If you didn't get it the righteous way, you got to go forth in righteousness. I'm telling you, honey. Let me slow down. Let me slow down, honey. Slow it down. Slow down. Take it easy. Honey, I got to slow down a minute, honey. I'm tired to get on the road. When it come to God, give me the side. Because I'm telling you something, I'm still every day meditating a better way on Afghanistan, that the Taliban will stop oppressing. So I'm going ahead. They don't know this, but God is coming that way. I'm throwing seeds of love that way. I'm throwing them that way because I'm going to tell you something. Look, watch this. Watch this. Yo, watch this here. The Taliban going to grab a woman. He going to, one of them, a couple of them, many of them, going to fall in love with that woman. And one by one, that woman gonna make a difference over that man. Cause we strong. We can do that. God brought me up out of a haunted house, around by evil spirits all around me, to rise up from the dust of oppression, to grow, and then to sow, to show you a better way. Now I'm gonna tell you something. A year ago, when I didn't have nobody, August the 29th, when I started grow, started on the YouTube, then took it to the podcast, and now look at us on broadcast, growing worldwide. It's just a matter of time. I'm gonna land in Afghanistan. Man and woman is gonna rise. We gonna drive the evil out and make the world great, one by one. You start, and here we grow all over the world. Man, woman, every boy and girl. I'm telling you, we gonna start these children up. Tell them about God, honey. It ain't about dragging them back and forth to church. It ain't about that. I'm gonna tell you something. I learned a lot over this growth journey. I have learned a lot. Church is in the heart. I used to look in the phone book for a church home, never knowing as I was going on, looking and looking and looking, here, there, and everywhere. All about in the spiritual warfare. I step up in the church. I think I look nice. I didn't come up in there with my skirt all up here, my cleavage all out. I didn't come to church for that, honey. I came to church for God. But still, I got the looks that drove me on out. I had to leave. I couldn't be a part of that. I kept looking and looking and looking and looking. But then God told me, God showed me, church is in the heart. Love is where you start. Well, I already love the world. I ain't never done nothing to nobody. I did it to myself. I hurt me. And there was a lot of lies that was told on me. I'm telling you, honey, I done came too far now to turn back around. I wouldn't tell you no lie. I got the answer to God. Everything I tell you is God's sip, and that is the truth. Honey, my life, a testimony. I ain't got nothing to hide. I was holding back then when I was on the radio. See, but God had to deal with me a little more. So then God dealt with me some more. I had a 6-foot weapon come up against me. I moved in another haunted house. I had to learn to let go of the drinking so I can really hear the clear thinking. What's really going on around here? What's really happening around here with me? But God had to deal with me. And when God dealt with me, it was time to grow. Use your life. What happened to you, what you done went through, what I carried you through, what I brought you through, how you done got the breakthrough. Use your life to help lift someone else, to help bring up the world, Because see what we getting ready to do, my will, not thy will, not the will that's going on down there, the evil, my will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. So now, as I stand here in this world, but not of this world, transformed by a renewing of my mind, I speak over this world. I speak a change in you. Every one of you who listen here, tell someone to grow, to get your breakthrough. Pray the love forward. The spirits are not resting. Those are the bodies over in the cemetery, honey. I go sit over there and record from the podcast all the time. Because I tell you what, the souls that surround me now are good souls. It may be some evil. The spiritual warfare really I deal with, honey, is the physical realm. In the physical, the evil realm, I'm not afraid of. You know, I'm aware of, but I'm not afraid of. I'm surrounded by love. I'm surrounded by the beloved spirits, honey. I have been surrounded all my life. You know, when I pray, prayers are answered. God moves because I've always done right. I just messed me up. And I always loved you. I truly do. I couldn't love you more if you really were my blood, because I learned and I do know love makes a family. That's why I never met a stranger. I meet up with the spiritual warfare, honey, in the physical realm. You know, I used to meet up with it in the spiritual realm, and I was terrified. I was scared to death. But honey, now I'm not scared of that. What I'm scared of is the physical realm. Those around me in the cars who approach me, who I come with love, and they come with something else. Honey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what happened the other day. This was yesterday. Today is Tuesday, God's day. Yesterday was Monday, God's day. On God's day, Monday, I was sitting in the car and I saw the man in the red van pull up in front of me. And he sat there. I was in a spot where it was enough for another car to pull in, but I don't really like no one pulling in next to me because I'm afraid of what they may try to do to me. Evil is out there all around. You don't know. A man was sitting with his family eating dinner, and he was failed by the oppression. They took the young father out in front of his baby. Evil. I'm telling you, evil is not racist. It comes through all people, all different kind of folk. You don't know. You know, evil just look for someone, anyone. Failed by the oppression. Evil grabbed a young boy one day and threw him in the mall, and he fell flights and almost died. That's just evil. Evil comes in all colors, honey. And we have been I'm telling you, a lot of us failed by the oppression of this world. You know, failed by our own oppression. But now it's time to rise. It's time to grow. It's time to sow. And so as I, was surrounded by evil. Oh yeah, and about the van, the man in the red van, he sat there for a minute, a long time. And then I got scared because I didn't know what he was getting ready to do. He just stared at me and sat there and stared at me. And he had me blocked in. Really, if I try to pull off, I may clip him. He was that close. So he just stared, and then next thing you know, he backed up. I had pushed 911 on the phone, and I showed him, 911. Then he pulled in next to me. And he said, I asked him, do you want this spot? He said, no, I want to do something else. And I said, no, sir, I'm not interested. And he said, well, why you got to get smarted with me? And he went to reach for something, and honey, I took off. I peeled, I burnt rubber and took off, and I had his license plate, and I notified the police because, he may approach a child or anything, I wasn't bothering nobody. You don't have to be bothering anyone. Trouble comes looking for you. So stay prayed up. Stay walking in the righteous path of God. You know, I had to report that incident because I'm telling you, it was very scary. You know, I mean, you just don't approach someone like that. You know, and so I hope that the police were able to talk to him and educate him on some things to leave people alone. You know, I'm telling you. So honey, that's what I'm afraid of. I can walk in the lighthouse at night and it won't bother me. I can go back over there in that haunted house and walk at night and it won't bother me. It didn't bother me in the end, honey. By the end, before when I left there, I was walking in power. So glory be to God. Glory be to God. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Keep walking in power, kings and queens. You are the keepers of the dream.